you'll come up, and then after we've created the speakers list, we'll start the speakers list. So the first person will come up and they'll say their speech, and then we'll leave room for starting at 2 comments. I believe that's what the packet says. And so that's kind of your way to wing it, I guess, or not wing it, but to use your comments.
You basically, if someone's giving a speech and you want to go up there and say, I agree with this policy because, and then you can list what your country's been doing. This is a way to get extra speaking time in. It's off the bat, you're just responding to what the person before you has said. This is also a great way if a country has come up and said a solution that you don't quite agree with or you want to add on to. This is your time to respond to that. Your comment is directly on the speech before that. You can't comment on a comment. But this is your way to kind of respond back to whoever's just spoken.
Yeah. So
we encourage everyone to comment. That's just a way to start speaking. If you don't want to add yourself to the speakers list right away, if maybe you're not sure about public speaking, comments are a great way to just start. It's a shorter speaking time. It's only like 30 seconds. So it's just a way to get up there and start testing yourself and getting yourself used to the speaking in public. For motions, this will be how the entire conference is run. You raise your placard and you can have a motion to, and should we say activate or?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, this is how the conference will be run. Motions will be then considered by the dais, and we will vote on them in order. Everything is voted on. Every motion is voted on in the conference here. If you want to be added to the speakers list after we've already made our initial speakers list, you can just send up notes to the dais. You can also pass notes to other delegates, but we ask that you pass them first to the dais so we make sure that they're actually related to the conference, and then we'll pass them out to the other delegates. This is a way if you don't want to actually get up and speak, or if this is just a private note to another delegate about a policy or something, you can just write a note and then we'll pass it to the delegate. We do allow note passing as long as it has to do with the topic on hand. Yeah. All right. We are going to be doing caucusing, but it will be a set time. What will happen is you will be divided into interest groups that might be geographical or political interests, especially trade, and those countries within your interest group you will meet. And this is a time when you will be able to persuade other countries to support your agenda, your ideas on resolutions, your position. It will be a more informal way of talking. You'll just get in a group and then you can just all present your ideas. Again, this is a place to practice your diplomacy. You want to be assertive. You want to persuade people to come over to your side, to agree with what you're saying, but you don't want to be overly aggressive, because it is in every country's interest to persuade people to believe their opinion without actually forcing them to do what they want. So this is an important part of the conference, but again, we'll set aside time for it, and you'll know when you're going into the conference groups.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like a lot of the stuff that you do in the conference, but it'll be in a smaller group, so you can definitely have your voice heard, and it'll just be a good opportunity, and you can also get to know what other countries think about the same topic.
So that's what we have so far. Are there any questions? Just something you've heard or something you want to clarify?
You keep saying motions. When are the resolutions presented?
Well, actually, we've already created the resolutions. Right now, there are 3, which you guys all, everyone, those have been given out. No, you guys don't have them? Some do, some don't. Yeah, it should be in the advisor packet. Yeah, it's in the advisor packet. But anyway, so those have already been submitted, but what they'll be able to do is, if they don't like part of the resolution or they want to change it, there's something called amendments, which will give them a form, and it's if they want to change like an operative clause, which is what is the actual stuff that they're saying, and so that's what they'll be proposing, not actual resolution. But motions is just like to end debate for lunch or something like that.
for a motion to change the length of the speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically anytime you want to address the dais, you will put it through a motion. But stuff like bathroom breaks, you don't have to talk about that. You can just leave. That doesn't require a motion or anything. We're not that formal about it. So.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions? Yeah.
Say address the dais. What's that?
That will be us, the chairs, the secretariat. We'll be the ones moderating the conference, and so anytime we want to address this, that will be a motion.
So is there a counterpart in the real United Nations?
I want to say the president of the committee, which tends to rotate through different countries. So, for example, the Security Council right now is being headed by France. That's rotated through. So.
Are we going to allow to motion for an unmoderated caucus, or are the caucus times already set?
I believe the format we'll be using for this conference is we'll put you in set caucus groups. It will be unmoderated, but we'll set the groups. Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm still not clear. We have our assignments. One is for a proposal, and that's 3 minutes. And one is just discussion, which is 1.5 minutes. When are these being used?
Here's some of the resolutions that they.
No, I got those, but I the way you described it, I don't understand when we will be using the prepared speeches.
At the beginning of the conference on Saturday morning
Right.
is when all the prepared speeches will be done. And so they'll go through in order, resolution 1, resolution 2, have a break, and resolution 3. There'll be a schedule on the morning of the conference on for each resolution, the proposing country, the seconding country, and then the order of countries speaking after that.
And that's what the speakers list
Yes.
is?
Yes.
That's right.
Okay,
So
then,
you know when you're speaking, but if you're proposing it, you're first.
Right,
If you're
okay.
seconding, you're second.
Right.
And it'll give you the orders. I don't know how it's scheduled, but
Yeah.
it's pretty random. So you'll see the schedule. So when you look at it, you say, okay, my kid is going up first thing, or then my kid is going up after break with the third resolution.
but when they say you raise your flag to create the speakers list, it's after each of them has been proposed
Well,
and seconded.
So the person, like, on the resolution, it should say who created the resolution. Or do you know who it is? Like, for one of them, say it's, which one is that?
This is the.
So say, like, North Korea proposed a resolution, they would be the first person to talk, and then after, everyone else would raise their placard and we create the speakers
That's
list.
what I needed clarification of.
Are there any other questions before we start?
Well, just to go a little further, so, also to just kind of add to what was said already, so in between people speaking, that's when...
The comments, yeah.
Yeah, that's when it's during questions as far as
Yeah.
comments are concerned, or if the delegate needs to address the dais.
Right, yeah,
motion.
in between the speeches.